University of Michigan has completed over 500 coronavirus tests on student athletes. 2 have tested positive so far.
Today, Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh says he feels he's ready to go. He met with the media on a Zoom call. He had some interesting thoughts on whether or not college football should be played in 2020. Jack Dole's in studio with more on what Harbaugh had to say.
Yeah, if it was up to Jim Harbaugh, it's game on. He's got July 24th circled on his calendar. That's when he can start running meetings with his team in person and holding walkthroughs. Again, despite the COVID concerns and all the calls for social distancing, he wants his team together.
I would want the responsibility. I would want the responsibility of keeping our players safe and also educating them. Would not want to come off of that guard tower.
In a Zoom call with media, Harbaugh touched on a wide range of topics, but it was this response to a COVID question that is grabbing most of the headlines.
COVID is part of our society. Wasn't caused by football or caused by sports, and there's no expert view right now that I'm aware of, or that are agreeing expert views that sports is going to make that worse.
You might hear a different point of view if 100,000 fans are packed into the big house. But Harbaugh said his team would be willing to play in front of an empty stadium if that meant getting to play. And they'll prepare as if they're going to.
Providence will favor the prepared. And even the question of will we have a season, better to be prepared and not have the opportunity than to have the opportunity and not be prepared.
He was also asked about his contract. Harbaugh's down to the final 2 years of his current deal.
Last February it was being discussed, and then the pandemic hit, and it's been not as high on the priority list.
Michigan sent 4 offensive linemen to the NFL in the most recent draft, so one of the biggest question marks in 2020 will be the offensive line. But one player has stood out, junior Jalen Mayfield.
Since Jalen Mayfield has been here, every time I watch the film of practice, I like watching 73. That is a thing. I like the way he plays, and I like watching him play football. And I think his, so far the offseason indicates that he's going to be even better.
Harbaugh also revealed that former Michigan doctor Robert Anderson, who is accused of sexually assaulting student athletes while he served the university, was his family doctor growing up.
Took a physical for every youth sport that I played, and also when I was here in college for football, yearly physical. Never anything inappropriate, or did I ever hear anything that was inappropriate about Dr. Anderson.
Over 6 former Michigan student athletes have sued the university because of alleged sexual assault. Michigan is scheduled to travel to Washington to open this season. Asked if he would rather avoid the long flight and play closer, Harbaugh said that decision is up to his athletic director. One other quick note, Stanford has dropped 11 sports because of COVID, and the Ivy League has just announced that it will not have winter sports or fall sports this year. So football canceled in the Ivy League for 2020.